the boy and girl currently in your headphones and talk of all things down to their bare bones. This is your boy Justin. Sharon's not here at the moment. So a little bit of preface. Sharon is unable to record today because of the whole corona outbreak. We didn't plan ahead of time, and this caught up with a lot of us. And essentially, what was I saying? Essentially, a lot of us didn't expect this coming. We very underestimated the virus that's going around. So Sharon's family's freaking out. Of course they are. But don't worry, I have a plan, and it's not me talking for an hour. Relax. I understand some of you might not find me as interesting as Sharon or something along those lines. So I have a little bit of a deal? Commit? No. It's like when both of you want something, so you like settle, like you meet in the middle of a deal. Make a little bit of a offering? No. Anyways, I have a little bit of that. So essentially, for those who don't know, I myself, Justin, I mess around with music sometimes, not a lot. I'm not very skilled. I just play a little bit of music. No, I don't play. I'm sorry. I didn't mean play. I try to put together a few tracks in my spare time. I put together like some samples. I use some video game tracks. I do whatever. And I end up making a few tracks. And I make a variety of things. I made some lo-fi stuff. I made some video game stuff. I made some trap kind of stuff and a lot of random experimental stuff. So this episode is think of it like a radio show. Like it's me talking, and I'll be like, okay, our next song is blah blah blah, and then I explain a little bit. I make a few jokes. They're not funny, and then I'll be like, okay, here's the song, and then you get to hear the song. And then once the song is over, I come in and talk a little bit. I was like, how do you think? Here's the next song. And then I play the next song. And that's what we're going to be doing for the next hour. It's not going to be too bad, I promise you. Some of these songs I like. Some of these I don't like. Some of them you might find interesting. These are the first time any of these songs has been put online before. The only people who have heard these songs are some of my close friends. So this is all produced by me. I would appreciate it if you didn't steal them. And if you ever did steal them, please tell me, or just credit me, link this podcast, just link the podcast or whatever, and you can like give credit. I'll be cool with that. But like, if you just steal them and use them for yourself, that's not cool, man. Like, if you just want it for your listening thing, you could tell me down in the comments that you want it released separately so you can like have it or whatever. I don't think you're gonna want that with any of these songs. Some of these songs are just whatever. I don't like a lot of them. I like some of them. A lot of them are okay. Some of them I'm not including because they're so bad. So here's just a little collection of the songs I've made. I'm gonna start with a simple one, a chill one to start us off with. It's a bit of a lo-fi kind of vibe. For those who don't know, Deltarune. The video game is based off... Deltarune is a video game, and it is the sequel to Undertale. Undertale was the game with Sans the skeleton, and he's like... You know that meme? He's the character from that game, and this is the game sequel. The sequel is called Deltarune. So that's what this song is from. The song is called Don't Forget from Deltarune. It's one of the last songs you hear in the game. And I quite like it, and I made a little lo-fi version of it for you to enjoy. I hope you like it. Don't bash me too hard. Here we go. Welcome back. This is your boy Justin. That was a lo-fi version of "Don't Forget." I hope you enjoyed. It's I don't know. I like it. It sounds kind of nice to me. But to be fair, it's whatever. It's whatever. I just took the MIDI and I rearranged some instruments, added some drums. Is whatever. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. That's not the last song. Like, we have more songs to go through. Right now, I have a total of 17 songs. But I'm not gonna get to all of them now. What time is it? I kind of was very late into making this because I assumed that Sharon and I were going to be able to record a new episode for Sunday, and I severely underestimated this COVID-19 shenanigans. I thought this was going to be a thing that'll blow over, no one's going to care, it was going to be like Ebola or something. But clearly that's not the case. Clearly people care. And, Sharon is just like, she doesn't want anything to do with that. So she's quarantined in her house. So I was like, okay, fine, fuck. That's going to throw a wrench in some things. But I think we can do the podcast online. But the thing with that was, the microphone I ordered didn't come in yet. Because I actually ordered a new microphone. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what microphone it is. I'll tell you once I get it, because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, because I got it on Amazon, but like you can return it, so if I don't like it, I'll return it. But yeah, so Amazon told me it was going to come on either the 20th through the 25th, so I was like, okay, bet. It's going to come on the 20th because, I don't know, I had some high hopes, I had some optimism laying around, and I was like, okay, the mic's going to come on Friday, so we can record Friday. I have Saturday to edit, and then I can post it Sunday, because these podcasts come on Sunday, 11 a.m. in the morning, for you to enjoy doing your Sunday chores, like going to church or whatever. But that wasn't the case. Apparently, once Friday came, Amazon was like, oh yeah, sorry, it's actually coming on the 26th, which is a day later than the latest they said it would come. So it's coming Thursday. So I'm like, damn it, I can't do anything. So I was like, okay, F it. Let me just record with my phone, which I'm doing it right now. You were listening to me via my phone. And I hope the quality is not too bad. But then Sharon's house, is noisy right now. She has guests over or people over. She doesn't have the right settings, so she can't really work from home. So I'm like, damn it, I'm going to have to work by myself on this episode. And I want this episode to come out because I've done a lot of promotional reasons. I made a new Instagram. I made a Twitter for this. And I've been trying to get the numbers up. Because now, by the way, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. It really helps a lot. I understand you might not I understand you might not have a Twitter, so that's fine. I don't really expect you to. But it would be really appreciated if you could follow our Instagram, maybe spread the word. Because we are very, small podcasters trying to make it out there. And it's starting really slow, but we hope things could pick up pretty soon. That's why I didn't want to skip today's Sunday. Also, I wanted something for you guys. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, we're on Spotify now. We're on Spreaker. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Podcast Addict. We're on Podchaser. We are on. It's fine. You could find everything down in the description. Deezer also, but mainly you could be using Spotify, I would imagine. Anyways, it would. So I'm trying not to disappoint people because we got in those new platforms, and it would be shitty if we skipped a week. So that's why I'm doing this, and that's why we're going into songs, because this is a quick way for me to bring filler out. So this is making me realize how bad of a podcaster I would be by myself. I'm sorry if you're not really into me, or if you're not really into this. I understand if your favorite part of the show is Sharon. That's completely understandable. Anyways, let's just go into the new song. I've been talking for quite a long time now. The next song is also a lo-fi kind of thing. I'm trying to keep these in categories. This is the lo-fi section, then we'll go to the hip-hop section, and then we'll do whatever. So this is like the more chill songs for now. It doesn't have a name. For right now, its beta name is RIP, like RIP, like RIP. I don't know. When I named the song file, I just named it RIP. I don't even know why. It has nothing to do with that. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. It's a lo-fi. It's kind of chill. I would appreciate it if you give it a listen. So here you go.
Press the button to begin.
I get scared, dude. Hello, welcome back. Hopefully you like that little ukulele rip. The ukulele, I want to express that I never made the ukulele bit. I just got that loop from a website called Looperman. Looperman is this website. I'm not sponsored. I'm just saying this is the website I use to get loops from. And loops are basically like little samples you can use in your music, or just like little riffs from instruments. Like if you need a guitar riff, you can get one from there for free, obviously. So people upload their like little stuff, and then people could use them in the music they make. They can post drum patterns. They could post like random chords that they made. So like you can use them in your music. So that one was a sample from that website, because I know a little bit of ukulele, but I'm not very skilled. I'm not a very skilled ukuleleist, because my ukulele is not a real ukulele. It's a toy. Let me get it out. As you can tell, it's not even tuned. This is my little ukulele. Not tuned, as you can tell. Shit. That's my ukulele. It's a toy. It was for my little niece, and she was 4 years old at the time when she got this. It's a toy. It looks like it has like flowers on it or whatever, like a flower design. It's green. It's so gross looking. But I've used this ukulele for my own personal reasons, because I don't know, I like playing it, as you could tell. And as you could tell, it's not nearly as good sounding, or I'm not nearly as skilled as the ukulele riff that I used there. I just know a few songs, like that was Tetris, and I should say the other songs I just played. This one, that one, the one I played at the beginning, that is Riptide by Vance Joy. It's a good song. You know, if you know me in real life, you probably know where I learned that song from. And then this one is Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Shit. Can't help falling in love with you, blah blah. I can't sing. I'm not a singer. I should point that out. Anyways, enough about the music. Let's talk about the music. I'm sorry. It takes a lot to play to put that thing away because it's about the side of my bed. But that's my ukulele. I stole it from a 4-year-old. Was stole is not the right word. It's just she didn't know how to play, so she just left it lying around, and then I learned how to play it. Anyways, next song. I'm not sure which one I should do first. Are you guys in the mood for something video gaming? I think I'm in the mood for something video gaming. Let's go with this Mega Man song. It's very quick. It's very short, so don't worry. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Hello, welcome back. You just heard the Mega Man song. It doesn't have a name. Most of these songs don't have names. I should give them names. If I had to give that one a name, it was very short, so it doesn't even deserve a name. It was very simple too. So I don't even it doesn't even deserve a name, but let's give it Mega I was just gonna call it Mega Man. That song came from a game called Mega Man, so that's why that joke is funny to me. Just call it Mega Beats. No, I'm pretty sure that's somewhere on the interwebs. They don't need names. Okay. What was I gonna say before? I had stuff planned. That sucks. You ever had that thing where you're gonna say something, but then you forget, and then you really can't remember, so you hate yourself? I experienced that a lot of time. Okay, so I'm just sitting here. I hope you're doing okay in the coronavirus. I hope you're covering your hands and you're washing your coughs or whatever. Stay safe out there. I have a little bit of a cough and a little bit of a sore throat. I wake up with this bad taste in my mouth. I don't know. It's a sore throat problem, and I don't. I've been coughing quite a bit. I've been taking cough drops though, so I'm okay. I think. I don't think I have COVID-19 or whatever. I don't think I'm infected. I just think I have a little bit of a cold, because I've been sneezing a few times. But who knows what that is? Maybe it's just me, my allergies acting up in this time of the year. But yeah, other than that, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're not sick or whatever. I hope you're healthy. Remember, wash your hands. Sing happy birthday twice, which I find weird because they say 20 seconds, but they also say happy birthday twice. Happy birthday twice is 40 seconds for me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Well, maybe, I don't know. Roughly, it's about 20 seconds. I don't know. I don't know why they tell you to do it twice, because twice seems like 40 to me. I don't know. I just do the regular 20 seconds like they say. But yeah, wash your hands with soap this time. But other than that, because I went to go to the grocery store today because I needed to pick up some food for my dog Rascal. I have a dog, for those of you who don't know. His name is Rascal. I don't know how old he is. Anyways, I went to go get his food, and we get his food from the supermarket, and I get it every day. I'm sorry, I get it every week. Every week I go to the store, and then I get food for a week, and then I go home. Usually it takes me 20 minutes. This time it took an hour because this was the first time I left my house in like about a week. And it turns out that no one's out on the streets anymore. Like, it just hit me how nobody's around. Is church? Okay, I'm sorry. This is a quick question, because I passed by a church to go to the supermarket, and I didn't see anyone, which is understandable because it's a Saturday. But what about Sunday? What about tomorrow? When you're hearing this and this podcast goes up? If you're hearing this in the future, tell me how it goes. But I was passed by a church. I was like, everyone's supposed to come over Sunday, but like, would they still come with Corona? Like, is that still a thing? Because they get because I don't know, maybe the area I live in is very religious, but usually there's like a church full of people and like they do whatever they do on Sunday. I'm not a church goer, so they just like, I don't know. Do they come? Do they still do what they do on Sunday, or do they just stay home because of COVID-19? What do they call it? Anyways, it's just something I'm curious about. I'm not that interested to look it up, but if you can tell me, if you know and tell me, I would appreciate that very much. Also, I would also appreciate a like on this video if you're watching on YouTube, maybe subscribing. Following us on Spotify, following us on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Links in the description for all of that. Any support you give us is vastly appreciated, because we are still very small podcasters. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, so I'm sorry, but we're still very small and we're just trying to get our foot into the world. But yeah, that's why I didn't want to cancel today. Because my plan was just to like cancel Sunday's podcast for this week, and we'll get them next time. But I didn't want to do that. I just wanted something for you guys, and I'm not this episode probably won't get many views, and that's fine. I understand. Like, many people prefer Sharon over me. Many people they think she's the better part of the show, which is understandable. It's fine if you think that. People always have their favorites, and most people's favorites are Sharon. She's the face of the show. She's the one who, like, I don't know, people enjoy or whatever. I'm kind of like the grumpy dude, or whatever. I'm like, oh, blah blah blah, or whatever. So I understand if I'm not your favorite part of the show. I understand if you don't want to watch this episode because it's just me. Hopefully the music kind of interest you to that point. Anyway, I should probably get to that. But I never finished my grocery store story, so I'll finish that real quick. Basically, I got to the store, and it usually takes me 20 minutes to go to the store, pick up what I need, and get online and come back. It took me about an hour today because the lines were so packed. People are still bulk buying. And it was just incredible for me to see, because it was the first time I first-handedly saw the grocery stores like go off the shelves and like them panicking and stuff. Like, it took me a while because everyone was trying to pack up for the quarantine. So it took me by surprise. And that's fine. That's understandable. But it took me by surprise, and then like people were still nice. Sorry about that. I had a phone call, so it cut off, and that's fine. I was talking. Strangely enough, people in the grocery store was like, they're strangely nice. Like, they were like, oh, you have less stuff, go ahead of me. And I was like, thank you, don't touch me though. But yeah, essentially that was the story. Okay, anyways, we should probably get into the next song. The next song I want to show is another video game-ish track. So I hope you enjoy that a little bit. This is one of my more intense songs. Like, it gets pretty like, I don't know, trappish or whatever. It's more intense than the other ones. It's not lo-fi at all. So I won't give any more details, but I'll just let you have it. So here we go.
Go! contest.
Hello, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little bit. That was one of my more like intense songs I think I have ever made. It samples a Metroid song. Metroid is a song from Nintendo. Metroid is a game franchise from Nintendo. It released 1986 on the NES, and that was Kraid's theme from that game. For those of you who don't know, if you ever seen Samus or Zero Suit Samus in Smash Brothers, that's the game where she's from. She's a big orange robot looking dude. She's a girl. But like she's in the suit of armor that's orange, green helmet, or what green window. I don't know what you call that, the helmet, but the face part, whatever, you understand. You probably all know who Samus is from Metroid, from Smash Brothers. But I understand. But yeah, that was one of my more intense. I really like the chorus of that song, like the and I don't know. I like the little character voices in the video. It's very cute to me. It's very like it's kind of like epic and also cute in a way because that little bit is very catchy to me. I really liked it when I made it. I really enjoyed it. So, I hope you enjoyed it as well. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, I understand. But don't worry. You can give out all criticism to the music down in the comments or whatever you're listening to. If you're listening on this Apple podcast, leave a review or whatever. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I mainly YouTube, just comment what you think of it. If you're on podcast, just leave us a review. And if you're on Spotify, just share us around and follow us. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for listening to that. I don't really have any things to talk about. This is why I didn't want to do an hour podcast by myself, because I knew it would be difficult for me to just talk to actually no, it would not be difficult for me to talk to myself for an hour. It would just be difficult for me to make it interesting. Because I talk to myself a lot, actually. Like I talk to myself and I'm like explaining stuff to myself, and like I'm working my way. I act as if there's another person that I need to explain things to there, and I'm explaining it to them, but in turn I'm explaining it to myself, so I have a better grasp on the situation. I'm sorry, my throat it's killing me right now because of the sore throat from the cough. And also, this isn't the first take I've done of this. I actually did another take that ended up awful, so I had to redo the whole thing. So hopefully this is a better take, and hopefully this is the last one I'm gonna have to do, because this is really hurting my neck. Anyways, next up is, let's see, which one should I'm gonna do a quick one. This one is Looney Tunes, but as an 8-bit video game. So, 8-bit as in like chiptune as like, but where the songs are just little beeps from really old video games, like from the NES, from like the 80s and such. Not so much the 90s, it was mainly an 80s kind of thing. Like 83, 84, 85-ish, those kind of games. On the NES or like something like the Atari. Not really. It's mainly NES NES type noises. Anyway, this is the Looney Tunes theme song, which I believe is called the Merry-Go-Round Broke Down, or it could just be called the Merry-Go-Round. I'm not clear on which, but here it is. Hello, hopefully you enjoyed that little quick Looney Tunes kind of thing. The thing is, I made that song in a single afternoon, because I was bored, and I was experimenting with chiptune kind of music. The thing is, I know how to play the Looney Tunes song on piano. I know a little bit of piano, and I know a little bit of ukulele, a tiny bit on guitar, and a tiny bit of ocarina, and a bunch of other things. But mainly, piano, ukulele, guitar. Those are my main three. Mainly piano and ukulele. That's where I know the most. So I learned how to play Looney Tunes on the piano, and that's I just got some new kits, some free kits from that's supposed to sound like chiptune, kind of like the old video gamey stuff. I downloaded those plugins, and I was like, okay, what can I make with this? What can I make with this? And then I started playing random songs I knew, and I was like, dun 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 dun. And then I just slowly created that Looney Tune rendition. I thought it was really cool. It was a really faithful rendition. I don't know. I liked it. I personally liked it. It's nothing too spectacular. It's very simple. It's very, it's just simple. So like I wouldn't put too much thought into it, but that's fine. Hopefully you like that. A lot of these songs are just me experimenting with ideas. For example, this next one is just called Hour, because this is a song that I made in under an hour. So this is when I was first trying to get into making music like this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself an hour, and I'm going to try to make a whole new song in 1 hour. I'm going to get all the materials I need. I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to put all the files in. I'm going to know what loops I'm going to use and stuff. But then I'm just going to make it within an hour and see how it sounds. And this is what I made. And I have to say, if you're interested in making stuff, like if you're interested in drawing, if you're interested in writing or something you make, like YouTube videos or something, I really recommend you do this hour challenge. Like you just take it, okay, once 6 o'clock starts, I'm going to have all of this done by 7 o'clock. And I'm going to work as quickly as I can, do as many cool things as I can within that hour, and see what I can come up with. You might be nervous, or you might feel stressed when you're making it, but at the end, you're going to really see some improvements. It's a very quick way to learn things if you do this hour challenge. Because when I did this, I learned quite a lot because of the time pressure. It forced me, if you work very well under pressure, give yourself that hour, set a timer, and be like, okay, I gotta make everything now, and then figure out how you want to do things. So, it might work with writing, it might work with music. If you're struggling to make a song, you're like, oh, I don't know where to begin. I don't even, I need more time or whatever. And then you want to write a song, but you haven't wrote it in months. Do the hour challenge. I would really recommend it. You have an hour to think of the lyrics, think of the melody, think of everything, and make it all within an hour. And you can come up with something relatively, it's not going to be the greatest because it's just an hour, but you're going to be like, this is what I can accomplish. And it really helped me. So sorry, I burp a lot. That must be why Sharon's your favorite. Oh yeah, that's why. That's right. I was going to talk about the Sharon and me dynamic. I might talk about that next time. Oh my god, I taste my lunch. Sorry, I'm very disgusting like that. Anyways, the next hour. The song took me an hour. It's not great. It's not perfect. It's definitely rough around the edges. But here you go.
You'll never kiss me in a million years. Not dope. About 2/3 of the kids with mental health issues are not getting the help they need, and that kids with ADD or disruptive disorders usually do come to the attention of parents and teachers, but those with anxiety and depression often do not. A child's worries or fears, for instance, may not be something they outgrow. They may, in fact, foreshadow a more serious problem. Ignoring or dismissing the problems of these at-risk children could put all of us at risk.
Hello, welcome back, and that song was Our. If you want any of these songs by themselves, just tell me in the comments, and then I might consider posting them on my own channel, just standalone. But who knows? I'm not very. I don't think any of these songs are good enough on their own. That's why I'm making this podcast to show all of them. But yes, this was that was Our. The loop was found on Looperman, like I told before. The vibe I was going with this one, it was like you're going into battle, but it's like it's raining. I don't know why I felt that, but like it just gave me the vibe of raining. It's intense. You're going into battle, and fucked up or whatever. It was supposed to be like emotionally intensive, not intensive in like the regular way, like rah, 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 but like intense, like emotionally intensive. Like the situation is tense, and it was a lot of uncertainty. That's what the vibe I was going. You might not be able to hear any of that in there, but the little bit where like when it goes from da 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 and it goes to it was supposed to like give you the feeling of being submerged in water. I don't know if that any of that scanned or if you noticed any of that. That's how my thought process was with it. But yet again, that's my own interpretation. You don't have to see it the way I do. You might not even liked it. If you don't like things, then I'm sorry. You could just skip ahead. Anyways, I was saying that was a song that was created within an hour. The thing that took up most of my time actually was the in between the verses, the lady talking. I was like, oh, that would be so cool to include. Let me find that though, because I didn't have it at the beginning, because I thought of it like halfway through, and I was like, damn it, I want that in there. And then I was able to perfectly fit it. I was able to the timing matched up so perfectly with the lady talking and the chorus's length, and I thought it was really nice. Like, it was intense music, but it was just like she was talking about intense, a real concept. Like, children aren't like they have problems too. Like, they need to be paid attention to. So that was the vibe I was going. Like, you know, I'm fucked up, and you're not noticing that, and that could be dangerous to the both of us. It was gonna give up that kind of vibe. I don't think I would ever use it myself, because like I'm not that much of an intense person, as you can tell. But I don't know. I liked it. It was very experimental. It was a song I made under an hour. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot at the time. Looking back at it, not much no more. But to be fair, that might be me hating everything I make. So I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that to you, for you to decide if you like it or not. Next up, let's go more chill. This one's a very quick one. This is another lo-fi kind of thing, so we're easing things down a little bit. Did I already do Our? I don't know. If I already did Our, I'm sorry. Shit, did I already do that? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think I did that song before. Anyways, sorry, my apologies. Let's go on to another song. I have a bunch of these random. Let me cross these out. Did that, I did that. Ooh, I could do that. Okay, so basically, let's go back to the video game stuff, actually. I don't know what I said I was going to do before. Let's go back to the video game stuff. This one was supposed to be a villain theme for an old video game. It was supposed, because I'm very into game development and stuff. I'm very into making games and like the game industry. So like, if there was a old video game and they had a villain, what would his theme song be? Like, every time he entered the room and it would get all quiet and everybody would like be scared, what would be the theme song that would play? And then I made this, which is okay. It's very simple. It's very basic and generic, but I like it. So I'm just gonna play that for you right now. So have a listen. Hello, welcome back. That was his dark theme. That's the name I gave it. That's one of the only names that is set in stone. His dark theme. That's actually not set in stone, actually. It's just its placeholder name. A lot of these have placeholder names because they're not official or anything. They're just songs I went into and made. Sorry, coronavirus. So that was supposed to be like a villain theme, like I imagine like you see him, you're in a castle, right, and you see him walk through the doors, and then like he's slowly walking himself to the king. He's like do 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 do, and then like the little fast part do 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 do. I don't remember how it goes. Anyways, that was that song. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. What other song can I do now? Let's go with the lo-fi thing I was gonna go before. This is a lo-fi version of a Zelda song, called The Song of Storms. The song from the game is called Song of Storms, which is the song I use to make my song. It's very complicated. So, it's very short. So, I'm just gonna get this one out the way. That was a Song of Storm lo-fi rendition or remix or whatever. I don't know what to call these things. I don't know what to call my music, but calling the music is iffy as it is. But yeah, that was a very, I don't know. It's very simple. It's very soft. The timing's a little off sometimes because it doesn't match the original song perfectly, and that throws me off. But yeah. I totally forgot that one existed. When I was looking at my stuff for this video, I was like, what even songs do I have? So I looked up and then I found this one. And I was like, I don't even remember making this, which I don't. I actually don't remember making it. I remember like bits and pieces of putting the melody together, but that's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. Because I was like, did I make this or did I get it from somewhere? But then I realized, oh shit, I did make this. And then I remembered like me putting the notes in place. It's very weird because when you go back to stuff you don't know that you made, but you don't remember, it's very weird because you're like, I wonder what this artist made. But it turns out to be you. So you're like, I have no fucking idea what this person was thinking. It's very weird when you look at your own work in certain ways. There was a class of mine where it was English class. It was reading biography, and we all had to make a little short story about ourselves, like a little biography, an autobiography about ourselves. So we had to write about a memory we had, a one moment, and I wrote mine about a very sensitive topic. It was about some story of some Halloween. You guys don't gotta know what, but essentially, the professor extremely liked it, and she used it as an example for the rest of the class. This is the first time that's ever happened in my life, mind you. Like, I'm not a good student. I don't work very hard. I'm not the example type. I'm kind of like the guy that slacks off in class and like talks to the dude next to him and try to like start conversation and like make jokes or whatever. So when she read it, she was like, this is what the author meant. This is how the author is describing this person, and they go blah blah blah, and then they were like, this is why this art author is very good, and I was like, I don't think so. So the professor's like, what kind of person do you think this author is? And I'm like, I don't know, what kind of person is this author? But I look to the classroom and they're like, he's mature. No, the professor said that, like, yes, I think the author is very mature. Or like the people are like, he's smart or whatever, and I'm none of these things. So I'm just like staring at them, like, because nobody knows it's me who wrote it. And it's a very surreal feeling when you're the one in the room who's being dissected, but nobody knows except you. So the professor's just like, yeah, I really like the detail, or like, this is a beautiful written line or whatever. And I'm just like, it's very surreal. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it was very, because I don't get validation like that often for any of my work, especially my schoolwork. So it just took me by surprise. That's why it's so weird to be sharing this music with you guys, because this is stuff that I don't share with anybody except people I'm close to. So for everyone in this to be fair, this episode's gonna get like 5 views in total. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna listen to this, and that's fine. That is completely fine. I don't expect this to get many views. I would like it to get many views, so you guys should, put some effort into it. You guys should like share it around. I put a lot of effort into making the show. I do all the editing. I do the promoting. I put it on places like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I handle all the business side of stuff. I'm currently working on getting us some sponsors and stuff, but we can't really do anything without some more numbers. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, getting the numbers up. So I would really appreciate if you guys helped with that. If you guys listen to this, share it with your friends, or just like follow our Instagram, share our Instagram or whatever. We're trying to reach a wider audience. We're trying to get our numbers up so we can continue doing this, because if we don't, we might have to stop one day. And I like working on this. This is something I enjoy having around. This is something I enjoy working on. This is why I'm sitting here in my room recording this on my fucking iPhone 7. This is why I'm sharing all this with you guys, because I enjoy doing this work. Is that Rascal? I'm sorry, I gotta go let in my dog. Rascal. I'm back. It turns out Rascal didn't want to come. He's my dog. He's very cute. He's a Pomeranian mix, I believe. I don't know how old he is, but I had him for around 8 years. He was a rescue. So we don't really know his information. I just got him. I just found him. It's a very nice story. A lot of you have heard the story of how I got Rascal, so I'm not going to say it again. Maybe I will. Who knows? Anyways, let's go into the next song. What should the next song be? This one's a fun one. Should I do that one or... Okay. I'll play a little bit of Cartoon Violence. Cartoon Violence is this song that I put together that I don't really like anymore, but you guys might get a kick out of it. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it's very repetitive. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it so you guys can listen to it. So here you go.
Hey, that's a wonderful idea.
That was. Did you guys like that? I don't. Maybe it's because I listened to it so much that like I don't like it anymore. Because at the beginning I was like, "Whoa, this is cool," but then I just kept on listening it over and over for like to making sure it's okay, and then I just started hating it. So I don't know. People like it. People think it's good, but I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it's just me that I heard it so much. My throat is very sore right now because yeah, the cough I've been going through, and I might have already. Am I repeating myself? I don't even remember. It's 8:00 right now, and this podcast episode is supposed to come out tomorrow at 11 a.m. and it's currently 8 p.m. right now. So that's like how many? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 plus 11. So 11. 4 plus 11. 15. That's off the. Yeah, it's 15. I'm not very good at the math stuff. I'm not the smart one of the two. But yeah, 15 hours until this podcast is supposed to go up. So I'm supposed to be doing all the editing, all the putting in the songs, all the metadata, all the posting and all the editing, all putting to the video. I'm gonna have to do all that stuff in the next 15 hours. And I'm not even done recording. We really should have planned for this. I did not plan. I severely underestimated COVID-19. I didn't think this would be a huge thing that'll blow over. I already said all this stuff. My mic is coming in Thursday, so I'll be able to record a regular episode with me and Sharon by that time. So don't worry about that. But this episode's gonna be a little weird. It has been a little weird. Are you guys enjoying this? If you guys enjoy this, please tell me. If you look, I would really appreciate it if you told me whether or not you like this episode or not. Because if you like it with just me, maybe we could do this more often. Maybe like whenever Sharon's sick or when she calls off, I can just do an episode by myself. Maybe it wouldn't be with music because I can't make that much. Maybe it would just be me talking about games I'm playing or something like that. But you know, it's fine. I don't expect you to like this one because people really like Sharon. People really like Sharon. Whenever it's between me and Sharon usually gets like the people's approval. She's usually the fan favorite. So that's why I expect this episode to not do as well as the others. And that's fine. You know, like she's more liked by the people because she's more friendly and whatever. Meanwhile, I'm the guy who's like more stubborn, more of an ass, more of the grumpy. I'm more of the grumpy one. I'm not as optimistic. I'm not as funny. Well, actually, that's up to debate. I'm not as interesting as Sharon is to people. Because I care about a lot of things that people don't particularly care about. I care a lot about the nuances of the video game industry. I care about the styles of older cartoons, and I could talk for hours about these things, but these are things that not many people care about. People just care about, I don't know, Sharon saying whatever the fuck she says. So that's why, like, whenever people have a choice, they usually side with Sharon. It happens a lot where me and Sharon are talking to somebody, and like I make a joke about her, she makes a joke about me. Usually, what the people do is they agree with Sharon and go with the jokes on me because it's so easy to make jokes about me. It's very easy to make jokes about me. Because I'm more characterized. I'm more of a persona than anything. I'm more like a cartoon character. People tell me that sometimes, that I remind them of a cartoon character. No cartoon character in specific, just like I seem more cartoony than most. Like, I seem like the grumpy one. Like someone like the Brain from Pinky and the Brain. Something like that. Not as funny. But, because I wear the same thing every fucking day. Like, same outfit, same hoodie, same pants, same shoes. Same every day. Black pants all the time. Shoes. I wear the same outfit every day, like a cartoon character. It's insane. I tend to be more expressive. I tend to get more reactive, and I tend to be more cartoony. Like, there's this person that was like, "You remind me of a cartoon character," and like, I don't know. I strangely like when people tell me that because that's what I don't know. I like it because I don't fucking know. I like cartoons and I like mimicking them. I like being reactive like that. I like being that. So, I guess that's why it's much more easier to make fun of me or like make jokes at me because there's more to make jokes about. They're like, yeah. And people just like siding with Sharon because she's Sharon. Not everyone's like that, but like the majority of people who know both me and Sharon, like they will usually take the opportunity to take the piss out of me while helping her. Because I don't know, that's just usually how it goes. So I understand if you prefer Sharon over me. She's more likable, I guess, to people. Not to me. To me, I'm the better one, but she doesn't have to know about that. She's probably not listening to this. Shit, she might be listening to this. You listening to this, Sharon? It never crossed my mind that she would be listening to this. I don't know why. This is her podcast. She was the one who made the idea. I don't know why I didn't think she would listen to this one. She actually might not be listening to the whole thing, actually. Knowing that she might not be listening to the entirety of this. So anyways, next song. We did Cartoon Violence. Should I do Lavender Town? I made this quick little Lavender Town thing. And it's just simple. It's very simple. I'll make it quick. So this one is just called Lavender Town because that's the song it samples. But yeah. Here we go. That was Lavender Town. The song that song is based off of is called Lavender Town. It's a Pokemon song. For those who don't know, I'll explain a little bit. In Pokemon Red and Blue, that was the first game of Pokemon that ever came out. That was the first Pokemon game ever. And Pokemon started as a game. It did not start as an anime. It did not start as a cartoon. It did not start off trading cards. It started with the games. And the first Pokemon game had this town in it. So the game works like you go from town to town, you explore, you get Pokemon, so on and so forth. So there was this one town that was the creepy one. because it was home to the Pokemon graveyard. Lavender Town had this building called Pokemon Tower, and that's where they buried every Pokemon that dies. So you go into the tower and you see like this lady like crying over her dead Growlithe, or like this old man crying over his dead Clefairy or whatever. Pokemon that die get buried there. So you're like, oh shit, I didn't know Pokemon died. So this is weird. But the town has this very sinister sounding song, and that song is the song you just heard. Dun 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 dun. That song. But basically there's this rumor that came about when Pokemon was first released. It essentially was just like the frequencies of the song were so high that they made children want to suicide. It was a lot like that movie Bird Box, where like you look at it and you want to kill yourself. It was the same thing, but with the music. You heard it and you would want to kill yourself, or it would make kids go into panic attacks, and like apparently like hundreds of kids went to the hospital because of it, all because they played Pokemon. So there was a big thing like, oh my god, Pokemon's the devil or whatever. Who cares? And that's because the frequencies of the songs were so high they could only be heard by undeveloped ears. So like if you listen to it as an adult, or like if you're like 16, 15 or whatever, you won't hear it. I think you'll only hear it if you're like 12 or under. So they're like, only undeveloped ears can hear it. But like if you're a teenager, your ears are already developed. That's why you're immune to it. It was all bullshit. I don't think there's any truth to it. It's been a long time since I read up on that stuff, because that stuff was so like 2012. And this happened like 1980, whatever. Lavender Town Syndrome. Sorry if you can hear my keyboard. Let me see. Lavender Town Syndrome. It was a creepypasta. I'm not sure. Lavender Town, also known as Lavender Town Tone, or the Lavender Town Suicides, was a peak in suicide and illness of children between the ages 7 to 12 shortly after the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan. Rumors say these suicide and illnesses only occurred after the children playing the game reached Lavender Town, whose theme music had extremely high frequencies that studies showed that only children and young teens can hear, since their ears are more sensitive. Due to the Lavender Tone, at least 200 children supposedly committed suicide, and many more developed illnesses and afflictions. So basically what this thing is saying is like, apparently when this game was released and they got to Lavender Town, around 200 kids committed suicide, and a lot more got sick or like, suffered panic attacks or whatever. That was because of the frequencies. It's not true. This is so not true. But this was only in the Japanese version of the game, because Red and Green was the name of the games that released in Japan. That only released in Japan. When they made it to the US, they changed it to the same song, but it doesn't have those frequencies anymore. I think everyone knows that this is fake or whatever. This was just a rumor. Yeah. A lot of people are saying this is just a rumor and it's not true, so you don't gotta worry about that. Your ears aren't affected. You shouldn't be wanting to kill yourself. If you are wanting to kill yourself, please go see a therapist or something. If you don't want that, or if you don't have the money for that, I recommend the what's it called? The suicide prevention hotline. Just Google it. It's really quick. Just Google suicide prevention hotline. Get it. Call them before you do anything, right? So like I know like not everyone is having those problems, but I know some of you might be having those problems, and like I'm just saying, it doesn't hurt to try, It really doesn't hurt to try if you're thinking about that kind of thing. You're nice, like you're cool. Like if you're listening to this podcast, I think you're cool, because not a lot of people are willing to listen to podcasts. Not many people are cool enough to listen to podcasts. Not a lot of people are willing to support me like this, because this is just me talking. This is just a random kid talking in his bedroom. showing you music he's made in the past. Because these songs go back to like years, like 1 to 2 years from the past. So we're harping on old shit. But yeah, if you're listening to this, that means you're supporting me. And if you're supporting me, that means I appreciate you. And so don't let that go to waste. Life might not be worth living all the time, but the end result is. That's the last I'll talk about that, because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Anyways, what should we make next? There's this song that I never gave a name at all that I completely forgot about until now. I just needed a sample because I sampled something. I don't even remember what I sampled. But I listened to it. I was like, okay, this could be kind of nice. So yeah, here you go. Here is a sample. Hello, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little bit. We're actually running quite a bit low on time, actually. We're making good time. I didn't think I would be able to get this far with just myself, because I'm not entirely interesting by myself all the time. But if you guys like this, maybe I could do some more solo episodes, or maybe I could start my own podcast. Fuck Sharon. Let's just do the Bone Pod. No, we wouldn't call it the Bone Podcast. We'll call it like I don't know. I go by Rapid sometimes online. It's an old name that's been with me since middle school, Rapid. You could find my personal channel somewhere in the links. If you go to like my channel page. If you go to the Bare Bones channel page, you'll see it in the recommendation or whatever. I plan on posting there soon, actually. Because I want to make my own solo stuff. I'm not just devoted to the Bare Bones podcast. I want to make a name for myself. I want to make Rapid a thing, and I plan to start making my own videos once my mic arrives. It's coming in Thursday. It's fucking Saturday right now. I'm so upset. It's not coming here soon. I want it to be soon. Sorry. My mic's coming in, so once the mic comes in, maybe I'll start making my own stuff. It'll mainly be about video games, though. So if you're not interested in video games, you might not like it. But like, if you're into video games, you're into me. You're into like the stuff I do, the production value I make. Maybe you'll enjoy it. But okay. So like next time, I need to blow through these as many as I can. So anyways, like here's a little. This one might not be good because it's a little off. Here's an Eggman boss fight from Sonic. So here you go. that was Sonic the Hedgehog. That was a little bit of an off one. It's whatever. It might have a few problems that I would need to fix with it, but it's okay, I guess. I'm not even sure if I'll show you that one. Anyways, yeah, I really always wanted to use Sonic songs because Sonic has a really great soundtrack. Not great games, but a great soundtrack. But yeah, anyways, let's go on to one of our final ones. This is just a fun one I made for YouTube but never posted. So you're gonna I think I need to explain. Remember that game I mentioned, Undertale? And you know the Sans skeleton? You know, the skeleton with a blue hoodie. He's like, that meme song? Yeah. It's not that song. But it's his other theme song. His regular theme song. But I made it, here's the catch. I made it with entirely Minecraft noises. I used Minecraft noises to make the song. I replaced all the instruments with Minecraft noises. It's a fun one. It's stupid. It's fun. Here you go. Okay, so I think we're on to our last song. There's a few more songs that I don't think are worth going into, and we're coming up on time anyways. And the less time I had to devote to this, the better. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this very much. I know I kind of had fun making this. I kind of like talking to myself like this. I don't know, maybe we'll do more. Most likely not, because, Sharon won't like this kind of thing. I could tell she very much didn't want the idea, because I said the idea to her during a message, and she was like, I guess. So yeah, we could annoy her and make some solo episodes, but only if you guys want to. If you guys don't like this episode, or if this video doesn't do well, then we can just do regular me and Sharon stuff. But if you guys enjoy the occasional just me episodes, especially when I get my own mic and have better quality, let me know, please. Comments are really important for this episode, because it will give me ideas of how much you actually like this. If you don't like it, tell me. Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. But if you do enjoy it, please, by all means, let me know. Especially if you listen this far. Thank you if you listen to this far anyways. With this last song, it's very simple. This is the worst song of all. I'm going to tell you, this is the worst song on this list, but it's supposed... Sorry for any background noises. This is the last song on this list, but it was supposed to be on the album I've been working on. For those who don't know, I've been working on my own album called... You know what? Fuck it. Let me just play it, okay? Hello, welcome back. I don't think you enjoyed that one because it was my first song I ever made, actually. I wanted to save that information until after you heard it. So now you can judge it because it was the first song I ever made. Because it was supposed to be video gamey theme. But also it was I don't know. It was supposed to go on my new on the album I've been working on. I've been working on this album for a year or two at this point. It's called the I Am Error album. It was supposed to be this album about me being fucked up, and it was supposed to be having this video game and cartoon aesthetic. So basically, like, it will be me discussing like how fucked up I am, but like in the terms in the aesthetic of video games. Like, it will start with me in an arcade, and then you hear video game soundtracks, or like you hear video game voices like Mario coming in and finishing my lines. But it was supposed to be like I'm hearing voices, but the voices are video game and cartoon characters. So I'll be like, ba-da-da-da, I nothing I could think of, getting loony here. And then Bugs would come in, Bugs Bunny, and he would say, ain't I stinka, and finish the rhyme. Because Bugs used to say that all the time, ain't I stinka. And he had very iconic quotes like that, like this means, of course you realize this means war, or something like that. So it was supposed to be an album, I Am Error, because that's a reference to a video game, Zelda 2. It had this Easter egg. This guy he said, hello, my name is I Am Error, because his name fucked up, or whatever. It was a meme back in like when Rage comics were a meme. But yeah, it was supposed to be on that album, but I don't think I'll ever use it because it doesn't sound good. I don't like it anymore. It's nice, it can be good, but it just lacks variety. I would need to add something for it to be viable. But yeah, that would sort of wrap this episode of the Barebone Podcast up. I'm sorry it was just me. I'm sorry it was just me talking in between tracks. But this was the last thing that came to mind, because my options were limited. I only had a day to record and edit this. It was Saturday, 3:00, and I was like, I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna do this. Am I gonna record something with Sharon? What's gonna happen? So this was the only thing that I can think of. So I appreciate you sticking with it, and I appreciate you listening to this point, because if you listen to this point, that means you can stand me with just by myself, and I appreciate you for that. I might come off as weird or cringy in this episode because I don't know. I can be a different person when I'm just by myself. I tend to be more, chill. I tend to be more like, sentimental when I'm alone. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. Like, if you guys are waiting for Sharon and Justin stuff, then just wait till next week. I'm sorry, this week was just me again. But the whole coronavirus, the whole COVID-19 thing, it's going to be very difficult to move on from here. But me and Sharon are going to find a way to make it work. I will personally see that we make it work. And next episode will definitely be me and Sharon. Maybe a guest, probably not a guest. But yeah, I appreciate you guys listening. Please give us a like on YouTube, subscribe to us, hit the little bell. It helps us a lot. If you're listening to us on another streaming service, please support us on our streaming service. Like us, download us, follow us, leave a review, especially if you're like on Apple Podcasts. Please leave a review. That stuff makes me feel really nice, actually. Even if it's bad, just leaving a review helps. Leave comments, tell me what you thought of this. Tell me which one was your favorite of all these tracks, of all these songs that I made. Tell me which one was your favorite, which one was your least favorite. That actually would be really fun for me to see people's opinions on, because I'm not very sure on how I'm gonna be, how this is gonna be received. So just tell me your favorite track, tell me your least favorite track, because a lot of these, this podcast is like the first time most of these has been shown to anyone but besides myself. Like the sample one, or the which one? The Song of Storms one, the Mega Man one. the dark theme, these are the first time they has ever been shown to anybody besides myself. So this is me sharing stuff that's just been mine. It's now the world's, I guess, or like the fucking like 10 people that watched this, including me 4 times. Sorry this wasn't funny. I usually need someone to bounce off of to be funny. I'm not really funny by myself. So just tell me, what's your favorite track? What was your least favorite track? Tell me why. Tell me any of that stuff, please. I would actually really appreciate that if you're listening this far. Like us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, whatever. Do all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram. Instagram would really help us boost our numbers. So Twitter, if you have Twitter, I don't think you guys have Twitters. Most people don't have Twitters. That's fine. I don't even fucking have a Twitter. I do, but I'm not going to share that with you. Anyways, I appreciate everything. You guys are great. Thank you for listening this far. Wash your coughs, cover your hands. Stay safe out there, okay? It's going to be a nice long quarantine, but I hope you can I hope you can last. I hope you can survive. And other than that, goodbye. This is the part where I fade out. I hate when the guests just kind of like they scream, or like they scream because they think they're gonna be fading out, like I am right now. And shit, I'm fading out. No.